It is not the events in our life that define our character, but how we deal with them. Namaskar friends, welcome to Headlines of the Day. In this video, we are going to discuss important headlines of the Hindu, and our first important headline is Governor cannot precipitate the fall of an elected government, Supreme Court. It is available on page number 1 and year related paper 2 Polity and Governance. In this article, we have to know how is the governor of a state appointed, what is the relationship between governor and state government, why is their role often controversial, and way ahead. So friends, recently Supreme Court stated that governors seriously undermine democracy if they use their constitutional office to call for a trust vote. And do you know friends, Article 153 of the Indian Constitution says that there shall be a governor for each state, and governor of a state is appointed by the president for a term of 5 years and holds office during his pleasure. Our next important headline is China, India and the promise of the power of two. It is available on page number 6 and year related paper to international relations. In this article, we have to know about India-China relations, common interests, differences and what lies ahead. So friends, China and India are representative of developing countries and emerging economies, and both have far more common interests than differences, and both the countries are also in the process of national rejuvenation, and it is a crucial period of modernization where challenges need to be overcome and problems need to be solved. बाकी further points you can go through this article, and India China relations से related content हमारी वेबसाइट पे भी अवेलेबल है, and लिंक अवेलेबल करा दिया गया है डिस्क्रिप्शन में. Our next important headline is Sharp Divides. It is available on page number 6 and year related paper to international relations. In this article we have to know about AUKUS Trilateral Defense Pact. What does the latest announcement say? Implications for India and world, challenges and suggestions. So friends, recently Australia, United Kingdom and United States unveiled plans to provide Australia with conventionally armed nuclear-powered attack submarines in early 2030s. And do you know friends, AUKUS is a 2021 defense deal between Australia, UK and the US, which was struck to help Australia deploy nuclear-powered submarines in Pacific region. बाकी further points you can go through this article, and AUKUS से related content हमारी वेबसाइट पे भी अवेलेबल है, लिंक अवेलेबल करा दिया गया है डिस्क्रिप्शन में. Our next important headline is A Sustainable Model for Women's Leadership. It is available on page number 7 and year related paper 1 society section से. In this article we have to know what is the progress on women's economic empowerment, socio-economic barriers, initiatives were taken so far, and what more steps need to be taken in this context. So friends, India is home to one of the largest generation of girls and young women, and India has undertaken wide-ranging initiatives across critical domains of education, health, digital and financial inclusion, and leadership building. But inadequate maternity leave, few flexible working arrangements, lack of childcare facilities in workplace are some of the barriers faced by women. Therefore, to unleash the gender dividend and create conditions for female leadership to flourish, women at all levels of society must have inclusion in the information and communication technology, bodily autonomy and safety, shared responsibility within the household, and equal participation in the decision-making spaces. Baki further points you can go through this article, right? Our next important headline is on reservation for women in politics. It is available on page number 8 and year related paper 1 women empowerment. In this article we have to know what has been the history of political reservation for women, what is the women's reservation bill, what are the arguments for the bill, what are the arguments against the bill. So friends, why it is in the news? Because Bharat Rashtra Samiti leader launched a 6-hour hunger strike seeking early passage of long pending women's reservation bill, which proposes to reserve 33% of seats in Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies for women. And do you know friends, issue of reservation for women in politics can be traced back to the Indian national movement and the National Perspective Plan for Women recommended in 1988 that reservation provided to women right from the level of panchayat to that of parliament. बाकी further points you can go through this article, and इसको हमारी वेबसाइट पे भी बहुत अच्छे से कवर किया गया है, लिंक भी अवेलेबल करा दिया गया है डिस्क्रिप्शन में. Our next important headline is Foreign Lawyers Firm can operate in India, says Bar Council of India. It is available on page number 10 and and year related paper to polity and governance. In this article, we have to know about Bar Council of India and its latest announcements. So friends, recently Bar Council of India has opened up law practice in India to foreign lawyers and law firms. Now let's know more about Bar Council of India. So friends, it is a statutory body created by Parliament to regulate and represent the Indian bar. It performs the regulatory function by prescribing standards of professional conduct and etiquette. Our next important headline is current procedure for inclusion on ST list adequate government. It is available on page number 10 and year related paper to polity and governance. In this article, we have to know what is the current procedure for inclusion of communities in scheduled tribes, issues linked to it, and suggestions. So friends, recently Tribal Affairs Ministry insisted again that current procedure for inclusion of communities in scheduled tribe list was adequate. And do you know friends, Office of Registrar General of India is following the set of criteria set out by Lokur Committee to define any new community as a scheduled tribe. And criteria set out by the Lokur Committee for defining a community as a tribe are indications of primitive traits, distinctive culture, geographical isolation, shyness of contact with the community at large, and backwardness. Our next important headline is 2 years to shift to new minimum age of marriage. It is available on page number 12 and year related paper to polity and governance. In this article, we have to know features and objectives of Prohibition of Child Marriage Amendment Bill 2021. So friends, bill aims to raise the legal age of marriage of women in the country to 21 years from the present 18 years, and bill is currently with the Parliamentary Standing Committee and it envisions making the age of marriage of women at par with men. बाकी इसको हमारी वेबसाइट पे बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया गया है एंड लिंक भी अवेलेबल करा दिया गया है डिस्क्रिप्शन में. Our next important headline is Eurasian Otter raises hope for Jammu and Kashmir stream. It is available on page number 12 and year related to paper 3 environment section. In this article, we have to know about Eurasian otter. So friends, it is classified as near threatened on the IUCN Red List and it is regarded as a flagship species and indicator of high quality aquatic habitats, and otters are found in every continent except Australia and Antarctica. Our next and last important headline is states identified for PM textile scheme to be named soon. It is available on page number 14 and year related to paper 3 economy sections. In this article, we have to know about Prime Minister Mega Integrated Textile Region and Apparel Scheme, also known as PM Mitra Scheme. And do you know friends, PM Mitra is inspired by 5 vision of Honorable Prime Minister, which encompasses farm to fiber, fiber to factory, factory to fashion, fashion to foreign, and this integrated vision will help furthering the growth of textile sector in the economy. तो दोस्तों आज के लिए इतना ही. Thanks for listening. For regular updates you can follow us on various social media platforms.